What's poppin', everybody? Welcome to Pop by Culture for another episode of Floppy Drop. This week we're doubling up on Floppy Drop. Last week I lost my voice, couldn't talk. It might trail out today. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Drewski, I think you still have a lingering cough as well, correct?
Yeah, I still have a lingering cough. It pops up now and then. It's just I don't know what it is. I was talking about this with someone earlier. The last few years, I'll have like a cold,
Hmm.
and even after the cold passes, like the cough will
Yep.
just linger. Like I'll be
Yep.
fine, but I'll have the cough. I'm like, I don't understand this, and it drives me nuts.
It's pissing me off.
Yeah,
Go
yeah.
away. Yeah. No, I I would say probably typically once a year I'll get something like that where I'll be sick for a few days and then feel fine, but the cough will stick around for like a month. And I'm like, come on.
It never fails me. It's always this time of year. It's always this
Yep.
time of year it happens.
Yeah. Yeah, my issue was allergy sinus related. We had like a storm move through last week and then it kind of I don't know what it did, but I woke up and like didn't have much of a voice and then started going throughout the day and then as I was working my voice was just shot. So fun times. Good, I mean, we're only doing a YouTube stream. Like we don't need to talk. It's fine. But no, happy to be back. Like I said, we will be doubling up on Floppy Drop. So for tonight, we're going to be covering last week's books since we didn't get to discuss those. And then, of course, Thursday, we'll be back to talk about this week's books. And yes, Kaiser's already bringing it up, but Absolute Batman Annual coming up this week. I've already read it. I have thoughts.
But he takes down white supremacists or something.
Oh,
Or
yeah.
white nationalists or something. Isn't that great?
So awesome. So I mean, yeah. Look, we'll talk about that on Thursday. Don't worry. That'll probably be like our main topic of conversation. But yeah. So well, other than the cough, Drewski, how have you been?
I've been good. Very busy, very productive. There's been a lot of projects I've been working on right now. They've had a lot of movements, stuff going on behind the scenes, a lot of new covers
Mhm.
that have dropped.
Yeah.
A couple of which I there's been one I've teased, I've hinted at on social media, like I've gave like a
Yeah.
little glimpse of, but no one, well, most people have not seen
Yeah.
the whole cover. Maybe someone here along with me has seen the whole cover.
Yeah.
Uh,
You even just the pencils when you sent it to me, I was like, dude, this is freaking bomb. And then I got colors. I was like, all right, still looking good. And you did the like playing with texture text, and I was like, holy shit, this looks fantastic. So yeah, super excited.
yeah,
I think it looks so freaking good. And also just kudos to uh Aurelio with the character design. And it's a great cover, great character design, and then artist Drax Girl. Just
yeah, and on top of that, we got some bunch of store exclusives. So Sophie's Timeless Treasures. If you guys aren't familiar with them, they're a relatively new store. They have done one, two, I think four exclusives now for Unholy Nightmare. They've taken two of uh, a couple of the covers and made them store exclusives, and there's gonna be more along the way. And now it's gonna be in another store there in New Jersey along with them. It's like a Moose, like something Moose's comic store or Moose something. I don't know. It's like the oldest comic store in New Jersey, but the owner agreed to carry Unholy Nightmare in there, so there's gonna be one or two copies in there as well.
hell yeah. That is super awesome.
Yeah.
You've got a couple store exclusives. The um two, three, two or three. I can't remember.
Well, we got the Comic Mint ones, and then we got
Yeah,
for the Sophie's Timeless Treasures. Yeah, they took two of the covers and
nice,
made them exclusives, but there's going to be one or two more along the way.
awesome,
Yeah.
awesome. Sorry, I'm looking around like an idiot because I heard a crunch and I'm like, what is my dog getting into right now? Yeah, River's doing great, guys. Total asshole this week. So, but he has a picture. I don't even know. All right. So real quick, let's go to the comments and see who all is here. Coming in first, as always, we've got Cajun Corey in the house with evening. Good evening, sir. It's nice to see you. And then Cajun put, I'm glad A&M kicked her ass and got to fire Brian Kelly and move on. That game was wild because going into halftime, like you guys were up, and I was like, oh man, I don't know how I'm feeling about this. And then the third quarter came, and I was like, well, never mind, I think we're good. So, and then what? A day later, he was fired. So very interesting.
And on top of that, I don't know what to make of LSU's quarterback. Was it Nussmeier? I don't know if he's good. I don't know if he's bad. He's just not consistent, or if maybe it's all coaching. I don't know.
It could. Well, I think there was a lot of hype around him coming back too. But
yes, there was.
Yeah, I don't think he's lived up to the hype for sure. Maybe the potential is there, but
I just see a lot of him either crying or getting pissed off on the sidelines.
yeah. Also coming in from Cajun Corey, we have 17 months of membership. Thank you, good sir. We appreciate that. And for the 17 months of membership, let's go ahead and let's do a little Thor action.
Ooh.
Bring me Thanos!
Nice.
Hell yeah. Also in the chat with us, we do have Kaiser Jose. As he mentioned, Absolute Batman Annual sucks. We'll talk about that next week. He also wants to know, you guys going to pick up the Rook Exodus hardcover? It's an oversized book, and the art looks so much better. I mean, I'm not opposed to it.
Yeah, same here. Yeah, I'm running out of shelf space. I mean, I got to figure out where I want to put it. It's like not one of those things where I can just tuck it away. I want to be able to display that, and hopefully, maybe they'll do like a oversized like pencil and ink edition of that. So I'd love to see it.
Oh yeah,
that.
If they did like, I guess whatever their version of like the Absolute edition would be,
an artist edition, yeah. Speaking of that, they just Image announced or showed off they're going to be doing an artist edition of George Perez's New Teen Titans. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be awesome.
Nice, very nice. And then Cajun said he needs to become a college football head coach so he can make it big, get a huge contract, suck ass, and get fired, and get a huge buyout. Yeah, I mean, why not? Why not? I do sometimes wonder if we could do better than some of these coaches and what they're doing. But
yeah, his buyout was like what, $56 million or something like that.
Yeah, it's wild.
It was insane. I'm like, you're paying him that much not the coach. That's insane.
Yep. It's crazy. No wonder school's so expensive. I mean, come on. We also have SP Card Fan in the house. Got a good-looking book delivered the other day from a Whatnot show. Looking forward to reading it. Unholy Nightmare, 9 of 50.
Oh, he got one of the exclusives. Very nice.
Hell yeah. Faux show. Speaking of nice little books, I do have to shout out, he's not here yet, but Salty. So I got a nice little thing from Salty in the mail where he was at a con and got the
me too.
Book. Yeah,
I got my. I forgot I should have brought it out. Yeah, I did. Thank you. Yeah, whenever you're watching this, thank you.
Yeah. So I loved the damn it, Josh. It's very fitting. I laughed when I saw it. So I super appreciate that. Appreciate you, Salty, just in general, and thank you. And honestly, if you're gonna give me a book, you get a clip. Like, why not? We'll go with let's not do something gay. Let's go with hey, a little cap action.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, with the hellos out of the way, we will keep an eye on the chat, but we're gonna go ahead and move into last week's comics. And I wanted to start off with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because it is the final issue of Jason Aaron and Juan Ferreira. So this is the end of their run, which has been a spectacular run. But Drewski, while I'm pulling this up, do you want to go ahead and share your thoughts on the book?
Yeah, I would say that they stuck the landing, and Jason Aaron really, this whole run predominantly, I would say for the most part. He all of his bad ideas and tropes, a lot of those were just put to the side. A lot of those did not show up, if any showed up in this at all. I mean, I was kind of concerned initially, as most were with the Donatello angle, but
Yep.
but that really all came to a good conclusion, for the end of this issue specifically. And it's like my thoughts and concerns were put to rest. I'm like, okay, great. This is really about, and I love the message that he was really sending, for the brothers. And we really see them come together in this final issue, fight this common threat here. And it's great. And,
Yeah.
And not, not just that, but by the end of this issue, it may be setting up something major as well coming in the next issues, because it's like it's one hell of it's an ending, but it's also a cliffhanger too. It's like, wait, what?
Yep.
So yeah, this was a fun issue, one of the best turtle runs ever, and arguably the best illustrated turtle run ever. And this guy did all 12 issues, all 12. That, how besides Jonathan Lau on Space Ghost, that's next to impossible anymore.
Yeah, you don't see it. No, I was gonna say just these for me. This run is kind of reminding me of what they just did with Transformers. You had those 24 issues that I think are going to be collected, be evergreen on the shelf. I can fully see this being an evergreen story for TMNT, and I completely agree. I don't think, as far as comics go, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has ever looked this good. I think Juan is so underrated. And I wish he would get more like big time work because he deserves it. I mean, just the book looks freaking fantastic. But yeah, ends off with the
he's doing a big project coming up. I forget what it is. For the life of me, I wish I could remember what it is. But he's doing a big book after this, and
nice.
it's like great. He deserves it. Fudge. I know it's going to come in the middle at some point, but yeah, he's keeping busy.
Yeah. And I'll also echo exactly what you're saying about Jason Aaron. I spent most of this time waiting for that other shoe to drop, and it never really did. So I was really thankful for that.
Oh, Absolute Superman. That's what he's going to be doing an issue or two of Absolute Superman. So
okay, nice.
Just for him. And now you want to talk about a series where we do see the bad tropes, storytelling of Jason Aaron.
Oh my god,
that's there.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
if Juan's doing the art, I will actually give it some time and check it out.
Absolutely. Yes, I agree. That's not really the book I want to see him on, but
Same.
Hey, if he gets more exposure because Jason Aaron decides he wants to work with them more, I will take that. I think that would be well worth it.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember who's taking over Team NT after this.
It's Freddie Williams on the art.
That's right.
Which it's going to look dynamite. It's going to look amazing. Yep. But it's what's it? I think the guy's name is Yang. He's the guy who did like Superman versus the Klan.
Oh yeah, Gene Yang.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was talking to my local LCS. What the hell? My LCS owner about that, and he's like, it's gonna be. He's like, I think it's gonna be great. He's a good author. I'm like, we'll see. And it's just that's what, because look, I mean, I do not associate him with action. I don't associate him with fun. If you want someone who's going to lecture you, to give you a history lesson, okay, yeah, he's your guy. But so let's just say I'm more excited for the art than whatever story we're going to get.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Which part of me wonders. I've read stuff of his that I thought was good, but I'm curious to see that if you get him away from telling a story about an Asian character, will he do better? But as I'm saying that, this is the same guy that's writing the Death of Silver Surfer, so I'm sure he's just gonna do an insert. Well, I'm hoping for the best, but
it'll look beautiful. I know we know that.
Yeah, I'm not holding my breath, but I'm hoping for the best. So, now this was not the only Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle book that came out this week. I think 2 others actually came out, but one you said was actually good. I didn't read this, so you'll have to kind of own this one a little bit. But Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures continued. So this is like a comic stories within the old school 90s cartoon in that same universe.
Yeah, and the art style of this matches that animated series. It's beautiful, and this we follow this character, the Mutagen Man, in here, and I've frequently recommended this with the series with Wes. It's a fun all ages series. You can read this with your kids; they'll have a blast. But this is the first issue I read where I'm like, this is truly it could be taken as very scary and horrific. So I had to go back to the opener a few times because this Mutagen Man, he's able to change himself, into different things. But now he's able to turn other people into other things, into other creatures. So I mean, you think about this. This is pretty damn creepy, pretty damn scary, and I like that tone of this, But at the same time, it not just is it you have that scary element, but the writer of this, Eric Burnham, he does a great job of keeping it balanced and not too scary so that kids can enjoy it too. And we got great stuff here with the the turtles and Shredder and Shredder and Krang discover the Mutagen Man's back, and they may have some ulterior motives in place for him. They may want to do something with him. You gotta read to find out. And the end of this, holy crap, one hell of a cliffhanger at the end of this. It is utterly terrifying. And I'm definitely coming back from the next issue. And this is probably the best issue of the run. But it
Nice.
is, if you never check this out, it is a fun all ages series.
Who's right? I'm curious as who's writing this.
Eric Burnham. He's been a mainstay at IDW. He did the Ghostbusters series, which I really flippin' loved. If you guys have never read the IDW Ghostbusters series written by him, check it out. I've got all three of the hardcovers. They are amazing. And
Nice.
he's just, I don't want to say he's gotten pigeonholed in the all ages area, but I mean, that's kind of where he is now. And I really feel like he is ready for prime time, and he needs to be he should be honestly writing the main Turtle series with Freddie doing the art. But hey, that's my opinion.
I will say, I do think writing for all ages tends to be harder than one or the other. Like if you write something that's written in a way that adults can enjoy it while reading it too, or reading it with their kids, and kids are entertained by it as well, it's such a hard task. And I don't think people realize how hard it is until they actually try to do it. But yeah, it looks cool. It looks fun. I know it's kind of pulling from the Saturday morning cartoons, but more than anything, it reminds me of the side scroller game, the arcade game.
Yes.
Oh man, I missed that. Loved it.
Me too.
But yeah, no, I'll have to check this out. I've noticed it before, but I've never really paid attention to it, and that's just that bias of like, oh, all ages, like I'm good.
Yeah, he's got that stigma to it, but like I said, guys, check the series out and check out his Ghostbusters run. It is fantastic.
For sure. Well, we won't be discussing Ghostbusters, but we are going to discuss a different ghost, and that is Space
Casper?
Ghost.
Oh, that ghost.
Well, I mean, I'm sure. Do they make Casper comics?
Yes, well, I don't not anymore, but they used to.
Yeah.
There was a long-held belief that Casper was actually Richie Rich, but like dead. After like one was like the future version of him. I'm like, oh, that's an idea.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff that people come up with blows my mind. All right, so this is essentially Space Ghost, issue 4 of season 2 for the most part. And again, you mentioned this earlier. Same creative team. You got David Pepose. You got Jonathan Lau. Jonathan Lau has done every issue from season 1 and this.
Every single issue.
Yep.
It's insane.
The guy, I don't know if he's just incredibly fast. I don't know if they gave him like enough of a heads up or leeway going into this. But again, you don't see this in comics anymore. And then if you do, the art is never as good as it is in this book. But I'm really enjoying. This is also the best that David Pepose has ever done, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. For the longest time, I Spencer and Locke. I thought like that was his best stuff he'd ever done. I enjoyed Spencer and Locke, his adult take on Calvin and Hobbes. But this is like a whole other level of David Pepos that we've never
Yes.
seen before, and it completely contrasts to what any of his work at Marvel. And what he's done, what he's doing here with Space Ghost, guys, is that he is expanding on the mythos here. He is broadening the universe and bringing in new characters. It's just he's building a universe here, more or less, and we see it on full display here in this issue specifically. You got the Crystal Empire and the Space Shark Empire. Yes, space sharks, and they've been battling each other for, I think, centuries, but now they're finally coming to a truce. And Space Ghost and the twins they're overseeing the peace, make sure it goes through. But wouldn't you know it, there happens to be a little sniper, and he doesn't want this peace mission to go down. So Space Ghost and the twins, they got to step in and try to keep the peace. But does it? You got to read to find out.
I do want to say one of the things that I'm loving about this book is, well, it's kind of twofold, because it kind of reminds me of old school storytelling where we're getting like a self-contained story with each issue, but you still have an overarching story character wise going throughout the run. And you don't see a lot of comics written that way anymore, and I'm loving it here because it kind of gives you more room to play with themes if you want to. But the character work in this book, I think, is really freaking good.
Sorry. No, what's great about this is that Space Ghost is an old IP. Space Ghost is going back to the 60s, people. And we had a cartoon series, and you had the Adult Swim series, and that was pretty much what people knew. That's all people knew about Space Ghost until there was a DC Comics miniseries. But what he's doing here, he's taking an IP and he's building a whole universe around it. And usually IP holders don't let you do that. They don't let you really expand upon the universe, bring in new characters, show other dimensions. Getting to see an old love of Space Ghost he had before he was Space Ghost, fuck yes, let's see this. And the fact that he's getting to do this is amazing, and it's been fantastic so far. And it continues to be one of the best, if not the best, ongoing series in comics right now. And I'm saying it right now. Don't be surprised if this is in my top 3, top 2 books of the year by the best of the year.
It's definitely gonna. I was thinking about that the other day. I was trying to kind of compile my list of what's gonna make my top 10. But as far as going through and sorting within that top 10, oh man. But no, this has just been consistently good, and good to great, honestly, and a lot of fun. With, I'm not gonna say it's heavy, but you have moments of like nice emotional points, I guess. But yeah, it's been a fantastic book. I'm loving it. I still don't understand why they're doing the season 1, season 2. Maybe to make it more palatable.
No, Josh, we know why. It's much simpler than you think to get that number 1.
Yeah, get that boost. Which, hey, if that gets more people into it that maybe didn't read the first season and then they go back to read the first season, then I'm all for it. But yeah, I'm loving the work. I wish we got more of this David Pepos than the one
who did the Boomhauer Punisher.
Oh yeah, Punisher. So, really good books there. Real quick, I do want to turn to the comments to see what all's going on over here. We do have Zach's popping in, opening some blind backs tonight, boys. I am not. Drew, are you? Nope. I know they had the Mark Spears.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I remember those were insane. There were 2 blind bags that were insane at New York Comic Con. The Mark Spears was insane. Then there was the Crow blind bags, Big Time had.
Okay.
Yeah, people didn't know this.
I didn't know that either. Yeah, I thought you were going to say DCKO, but
no. The 2 were the Crow blind bags and the Mark Spears. So Big Time had the Crow blind bags, but what the thing was with those is that there were, I guess, James Abar, creator of the Crow, he had sketched like, I don't know, like 100, maybe 50 sketches of the Crow, but they're all randomly put into blind bags, these sketches. So spend so much money and you get a blind bag, but people were buying the bags for, I don't know, 10, $20, but selling them for like $100.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, the markup on those was insane.
This might be an unpopular opinion. I don't get the point of blind bags. I mean, listen. I get
It's a gamble.
the hype. I get it, but I'm one of those people that I'm like, this is stupid. Now maybe if I got like a super rare one, if I went and bought one or two of I'd change my tone. But yeah, I don't know. For me, I'm just like, it's another gimmick. It's here. It's gonna be gone before we know it. But yeah, Kaiser put Mark Spears blind bags. You know, those are all AI. Does his work AI or no?
No, he actually draws his stuff. No, Mark Spears is an actual legit artist.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw some. I don't know. Anytime I see anything about blind bags, I'm just like, all right, cool. I don't even look into it. I'm one of those sore losers and just go, okay, fine. We also have Salty joining us. Salty, he said, "What I miss, bro? We were kind of praising you and gushing you for your kindness. So
yes,
we talked about this at the beginning of the stream. So thank you, good sir.
Yeah, mine's back there in my personal stash.
Stash.
Yeah, I got a personal box where all my personal stuff. Keep all my signed Stephen Platt books and my whole Faust run and the Tick run and this is now added to that box. So yeah, thanks, Salty, appreciate it.
Indeed. But yeah, Salty, I was telling Drew, I laughed really hard when I saw Damn It Josh on the comic. So thank you, good sir, for that. I do appreciate it. Other than that, the only comics we've talked about so far are 2 TMNT books and Space Ghost. So you're still catching us pretty early in the comic conversation. And then Kaiser check out Johnny Quest and Space Ghost Spears. I know I've seen those. I thought those looked good. Decent. Yeah. So he did. Now I will say I do think his artwork sometimes has a little bit of that uncanny valley type notion to it because
it does. Yeah.
But that doesn't mean the art itself is bad. It's just a personal preference that it's not always my. Hey, no! I'm not shitting on Mark Spears. I'm shitting on blind bags. That's what I'm shitting on. Mark Spears, I like, but I didn't know. Kaiser mentioned the AI thing, and I didn't know if there was like a scandal that I'd missed or something because I feel like I'm completely.
No one's really talked about. No one's really said anything about Mark Spears or his work.
Yeah, and then Salty added, "I'm still opening blind bags, hater." I mean, that's just gonna be my middle name is the hater, Joshua the hater McDonald. Yeah, no, again, I don't think I'm ever gonna completely get the whole thing.
Hey, drinking your haterade. Yeah,
I'm gonna go drink my haterade. Suck a biatch. Lord. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive back into comics. We do have one more, actually 2 more. I need to pull the other one up. But 2 more indies I want to talk about before we kind of move into what's going on with DC and Marvel. Because
what's the deal with Marvel and DC?
What is the deal with Marvel and DC? Nobody knows. So Drew, we're going to talk about your favorite book, and that is Escape. I'm joking. Escape is not your favorite book.
How should I say this? It is a perfectly fine comic. My only issue is when I'm reading this, there's nothing about the world that separates it from what should be an animal world or a human world. It's just that there are animals in this world, but everything else is normal. And it's like, what? I don't get. Why not just make it a human story then? I don't understand. If nothing else has changed, except the individuals are now, anthropomorphized to humans. Human animal hybrids. I don't get it. It's a perfectly fine story. If this were just a human story, I think, yeah, this is fucking great. But in the fact that it's animals, I'm like, I don't understand why you made this decision because nothing has changed.
I mean, I do understand that. Like, it's still very clear what. Oh my gosh! I swear to God, this dog is going to drive me crazy today. hold on. Give me 1 second. I understand the aspect of the animals, but I do agree with you that there's not much of a change there. Just a second. I got this little fucker is driving me crazy.
Okay. Yeah, just going through the series. I mean, going back through issues 1 and 2 and 3. If you really look at the world that they've set up, that he's set up here, nothing is really different. Nothing. And now, don't get me wrong. I like animals, but it's the fact that the world is not any different. They're not living in dog houses or cat houses. They're still flying planes. They're still driving cars, going to see movies. It's the same world.
Sorry about that. I like the idea of it being animals to try to offset things. I will agree with you that it is animals, yes, but they're not doing enough to separate. Like, okay, these are the Germans, these are the Americans. So I fully feel you there. However, I do enjoy the storytelling. I thought this issue was really solid. I love the kind of just like thought bubbles or the caption.
Yeah, and Daniel Kuna's artwork, beautiful.
Yeah, great stuff. But a violent issue. I kept reading this issue going, oh God, are they actually going to kill the guy that's our lead character and then kind of take it a different direction? Not quite, but I will say kudos that the team was successful in making me think that was going to happen. But it's because the stakes here, like, there's no way he's getting out of this. So, yeah, really enjoying this book. I think it's great. I know Salty is enjoying this book as well. So, yes, sir. Let me try to see if I can get Skin Breakers pulled up real quick, and then we will discuss that. But if you want to go ahead and start, I will try to see if I can find it real quick.
Yeah, so I think regardless what you may think of the story or anything of Skinbreaker, the art will probably go down as the most beautiful book of the year. So, I think probably by the end of December, we'll probably have 2 more issues out, I'm thinking. And with those 4, it's going to be the most beautiful book of the year, hands down. A few other books came close. There were 1 or 2 issues of Absolute Wonder Woman that looked absolutely drop dead gorgeous. But on a count of 4-2, and with this, David Finch, he absolutely killed it. And now I'm not sure if the whole series is already done. That's why he spent all 3 years doing this. Is that what we're led to believe, Josh? He already did every issue?
That's my understanding, or at least that he's done a majority of it. So I don't really know what Kirkman's plan is with this. I don't know if it's gonna just be a short story and they're gonna, call it a day as a mini or maxi series, or if they're gonna kind of do it like Mark Miller does his, and like pods. Like, here's this kind of condensed story, then we'll carry on and have the next condensed story later.
That's probably for the best, I would say.
Oh, agreed. And look, if you're gonna have artists as talented as Frank, yeah, do it. Like, why not?
You mean David Finch?
David Finch. Sorry, I don't know why I was thinking Gary Frank, but David Finch. That's what I meant. But yeah, I think it's a beautiful book. I couldn't find it to pull it up real quick. It's a beautiful book. I love the art. Story wise,
it's a simple story. It's very simple.
It is. And I was gonna say I'm enjoying it. I like the aspect that you have this like elder as leader, and he's essentially saying like, "Hey, I'm gonna need you to challenge me and kill me to take over, because if you don't, this other ass hat's gonna,
Yeah, and it's great. I think I like about it is that we see the cycle repeating itself in the future, It's like, okay, this is great. I like this, and look, it's simple. It's easy to follow. But you're here for the David Finch show. I mean, he fucking kills it. It's just this guy has not lost a beat at all. And there's a rumor, there's a nasty rumor going around that Bendis is coming back to Marvel to do Avengers or something.
It's
a dirty rumor. But there also rumor is coming along with him. It could be David Finch, and it's like, Ooh, those dirty bastards. They
Yeah,
may, but we'll see what happens. I don't think
we'll
so. But
see.
yeah,
I
I don't
don't
think
know.
Marvel's not that smart. No, I don't think so.
I'm over Bendis. I don't want to see more Bendis.
No, same here. I don't trust me. I don't want to either.
And if Finch follows him, Finch is just going to be doing the same thing that he did with Tom King on Batman, delivering good art for shit story.
A story that people want to swiftly forget.
Understatement. But yeah, no, I will say I am liking Skin Breakers, and I know I sound negative when I talk about it,
Mhm.
but I think part of it is I'm waiting for that like crazy Robert Kirkman
Twist.
impact. Yeah, like the like he does a lot of bombastic stories, and I keep waiting for that to hit. And I think that's what's surprising me is it's so for me it feels very subdued for Robert Kirkman.
Yes.
So not a
Yeah.
bad thing,
Yeah. I
just
mean,
not what I expected.
yeah. I mean, honestly, you compare it to something like Invincible. It is very subdued compared to
Yes,
Invincible. Uh, but yeah, it's just like okay, we're just kind of
we got our
going with the
story.
motion. We just got our story.
Yeah,
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
absolutely. Let's see. Salty did say you're welcome for the sign, Farrell. Of course, man. Like again, thank you. Loving it. Kaiser wants me to get a shock collar for River. Look, River is usually good. I don't know what's going on with today, but he's just being a little shit. Also, I'm not Hassan Piker. Um, look, at the end of the day, he's 3 months old, so he's going to be a little rambunctious and rebellious. But he also discovered he can climb under the bed now. And I'm like,
Oh.
what are you doing under there? Get out from under there. So I think he's just like, oh, it's a hiding spot, little brat. We do have Bo versus the world here. What's up, Bo? It's nice to see you, sir. And because we're about to head into Marvel and DC, Salty put Marvel is beyond saving. Pressing X to doubt. Yeah, we're pressing X for many things, and then Salty put, what has Bendis gonna do? Make a Marvel version of Iron? Oh God, yeah,
Well, he already did.
yeah,
But what is that? I think that's the joke. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he could try again though, because he did it. Then he went to
Yeah.
DC and did the same thing with
Do another. Yeah. Do a more. Do Riri's younger sister taking over as
Oh
Ironheart?
gosh. Well, no, it'll probably be a trans character. Um, gosh, that would be if Marvel brings him back. It's gonna be such a waste of money because he's not gonna be cheap, and it's not gonna be good either. Because he just phones it in now. Which you know what, if you're getting paid to phone it in, fine. But I wish you'd try.
And your glory days are behind you. Yeah, why not?
Yeah. So who knows? Well, speaking of the big two, let's go ahead and turn to DC because we did have a solid DC book in Green Lantern. So we finished this kind of epic overarching arc, I guess. And this issue kind of slows things down to kind of give us like, okay, here's where we're kind of directing and taking things after this big epic event. Because honestly, it was an event. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, it was. It was a self-contained event, and he did a great job of keeping it self-contained and but making it big at the same time. And that's kudos, Jeremy Adams, for that.
And it's nice that it didn't involve 50 million crossovers or taking over the line for 2 to 3 months. Just they let him do his thing. He had other books that he had telling the story as well, and let him feature and focus on other characters. And then now we get to come in and kind of deal with the aftermath. Where are we coming out of this event? And we kind of get to take some time to explore Hal and Hal's relationship, but at the same time also teasing what is potentially coming in the future. So any other thoughts that you had on this book?
Yeah, 2 words: Hal Jordan. Yeah, I love this issue, and what's great about it, it's just when looking at the other books this week from DC, reading those, they were not fun, and there was nothing fun about them. They were very tedious, felt like homework, very labyrinthian, if you will. and just very convoluted.
Mm.
And watch my video with Wes. I get into detail about that. But here, this issue was just fun. We're watching Hal Jordan have fun capturing a criminal. And you know what? He's having fun. I'm having fun. This is how we should be feeling when we're reading comic books. I'm grinning ear to ear with this. And then we also got some stuff going on with Kyle Rayner and who's the other one? Oh, Connor Kent. Because you got Kyle checking out his white power lantern, his white power, and to see how strong his white power is, and shenanigans ensue. And this was just a fun issue, and compared to everything else, I really hope people are checking this out and also what they're building up here with Hal Jordan coming in the future, how he looks. It's like, what is going on with this? I can't wait. Jeremy is just he is representing the best of DC right now, and he is showing up Scott and Josh Williamson, in my opinion, with his run on Green Lantern and Aquaman. Oh, Josh, you're muted.
Damn it, Josh. I was going to say that Jeremy's proving, like, just consistently proving that he's had a plan in place the entire time. He's showing you how effective a story can be when you have the plan, stick to the plan, and set it up and execute it correctly. And I think with a lot of people, if you got to this event that we just had and ended, that would have been the end of their run. He's like, no, I have more. Like, this was just a phase of my story. And I think that's exciting. And I hope he gets as long as he wants to have Green Lantern. I hope they let him have it. Because I like the way it's going. And I know we've said this before, but a lot of the ways that Jeremy Adams approaches storytelling reminds me of how Jeff Johns approaches storytelling, where he looks at these characters and he's like, okay, here's a logical story to tell. And then how can we expand upon that? And that's what he's doing here. And it's a lot of fun. I love seeing these characters interact with each other. And I like too that you kind of have this ebb and flow in the pacing, because we just had this kind of big action-packed bombastic event, and then we do slow things down a little bit, change the tone here, and give you like a nice palate cleanser before literally taking off in another direction. So yeah, I think this is, if you're going to tell long form stories within comics, this is what it's about. Like, kind of really, because you can't go balls to the wall the entire time. It just gets exhausting.
Yeah, you got it. And this is a setup. I mean, this is a not necessarily a setup issue, but it kind of is at the same time, because he's planting seeds for what's to come story wise, for these characters, right. And that's what's great. And I did that. I mean, not to toot my own horn, but I did that for Naughty and Nice, The Return, The Bridge. We just launched that issue on Kickstarter, and that issue is setting up the whole series, planting Easter eggs and things to come. That's what you got to do.
Yep, indeed. Go figure. Have you seen this thing though, where oh god, what are they calling it? It's mainly for television and film, but I think they're calling it like second screen viewing or dual screen viewing, where they're purposely writing things dumbed down because they know people will most likely be on their phones while watching.
I have not heard that, but I'm not surprised about it.
Oh my god, yeah, no, there's actual mandates from studios where they're like, no, don't make it so complex. Provide exposition telling people what's actually happening. So that way, if they're on their phone shopping or doom scrolling or whatever, they can still keep up. And I'm like, absolutely not. F this mess. It pisses me off, but I guess that's the age we live in. Moving on, you brought up what Scott Snyder and Joshua Williamson are doing with DCKO. We had 2 DCKO tie-ins come out last week.
Technically, you had 3. You had Superman. You had Superman, Flash, JLU. And,
I forgot about JLU.
And no, 4, and New History of the DC Universe. All 4 tie into this damn event.
Okay, I forgot about JLU. I'm gonna pull it up real quick too, or have it prepared.
And JLU has the best. I think it's in JLU. Yeah, it has like the best line or moment. The Flash says it. It's written by Mark Waid, and I flippantee you, it is meta commentary about this event. I guarantee you.
Gotcha. Let's start off with DCKO tie-in for Superman. So you weren't crazy about this. I thought it was fine.
So the compliment I'll give this is that I'm trying not to shit on this event, but I'm going to.
Yeah.
But not everything. Eddie Barrows' art is lights out. Eddie Barrows is one of the best pencilers, inkers in the business, and one of the best at DC Comics. And a lot of the pages he has to do here, I feel bad he has to do, because a lot of them is just boring as hell and stupid. Because like, I'm not gonna lie here, what should be a simple, fun event, a KO Mortal Kombat style fight championship going on, we're now getting into time travel. We're getting planet evacuations. We're getting retcons of continuity. It's like, what the hell are we doing here? This is too much. You have a simple, fun idea, and now you're Scott Snydering the damn thing and not making it fun. Oh, Josh muted.
Gonna lose my mind. I think part of what I didn't mind about this was it's trying to show the weight of what's coming, and I'm not gonna say it does it like successfully, but I appreciated the pause of like, okay, we've got a big fight coming up. I'm preparing for this mentally. I didn't mind that aspect. And if you're gonna do a tie-in, I guess that's kind of what I wouldn't mind from a tie-in. Because they never they're never going to give you anything that's going to greatly impact the main story. Because I mean, it's like they're smart enough to do that, but also too stupid to realize you should do something entertaining for your tie-ins. So I didn't mind the character moments, but I am with you. There's Scott's. We mentioned this with DCKO just in general. Scott Snyder's fingerprints of trying to make this as like out there and crazy as possible is all over this, and it doesn't need it. Like, this should just be a simple like battle world type story, and then you can bring all this other shit that you want to bring in. But meaning like, huh?
And you're 100% correct. And honestly, these few pages right here between Martha and John, and Clark and Lois, these are the best pages right here.
Agreed.
The whole book.
Agreed.
And I'm not gonna lie, the ending of this, the last pages, I groaned. I just like, God, not again. And it just, we don't need this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, that is a great fucking panel up there. I keep scrolling up. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Superman right there.
Yeah.
Just not just that when he's flying. I love that. That is amazing.
I mean, look, Eddie Barrows, another guy that just fantastic artwork.
Yeah, and he's a guy that people know the art style, they just don't know the name. And just I really feel like he just kind of gets lost in the shuffle, unfortunately.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought this was fine. Overall, in the worlds of tie-ins, it could have been much, much worse. But is it required reading? Absolutely not.
No.
I think you could probably take some of these. I almost wish you would have just taken some of these scenes and had them in the main book, but do it like an oversized book.
Yeah.
Oversized issue.
Yeah.
Like I'm going, and look, it's more so like the heart type stuff, but going back to that Ma, Pa Kent, like those types of things, I think you could have easily had in the main storyline, and it would have been just as effective if you had it in a 40-page issue. Now the other book that you mentioned that was a tie-in is Justice League Unlimited, which I'd forgotten about, but really interesting stuff here because you kind of have Mr. Terrific come in and bring, I guess, like these displaced heroes.
This is where this just shows you how bug nuts insane this event is, because you have now we're incorporating time travel. All these heroes showing up from different time streams.
Yep.
And you have Batgirl and Adam trying to keep the peace in Gotham. You have Polka Dot Man being Polka Dot Man. And
I was going to say being Polka Dot Man.
They're trying to stop him. But like I said, the key takeaway here is one line of dialogue from The Flash. and I for the life of me, I forget which page it's on, but it is. Oh, I think it's coming up. Wait a minute,
Yeah.
maybe.
We're gonna come back to some of this in a second, but hold please.
But like all this going on, it's like this is great stuff. Taken, it's just the fact that it's incorporated with this event. I'm like, why do we need this incorporated with this event? This should be kind of like its own thing. But
Well, and okay, so that's what I was actually about to say. All the stuff with these heroes from these other times or other universes, I wish there would have been stories featuring them, like even if it's just a 6-issue arc leading up to it.
oh, okay. Actually, I take it back. Maybe it was in the Flash.
Flash, yeah.
It ties in.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't read the Flash, but I'll tell you
Well,
why in a second.
I don't want to either. But the fact that it tied in and Mark Waid, I took a shot. I wanted to read his own ideas on this event, and yeah, there's one line of dialogue in there. It's like, I see what you're doing there, Mark. I see what you said, and it is 100% true.
I will just say, if we got a 6-issue run, 12-issue run of these characters, honestly, with Mark Waid writing, I think this would be a fun book.
As like the new Justice League.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, it's like, but not just new, but like temporary Justice League. But yeah, this would be absolute blast to read.
Yeah, why not? Like, one, you got the whole Spear Hand, Aquaman, Power Girl, sure, let's bring her in. The warrior version of Guy Gardner, down. Blue Superman, sure, fun. You got Hawkman, I'll take it. Which I think everyone thought this was going to end up being Terry McGinnis, because Batman Beyond, but then it's Tim Drake, and I was like, all right, okay.
Well, yeah, if you remember New 52, Future's End, he was,
he was the Batman Beyond there.
Yep.
And then potentially not gay Alan Scott Green Lantern.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. He didn't.
Well, sure.
I'm Alan Scott.
I'm Alan Scott. What was it? I got my powers from a trainee in prison.
From a trainee in prison when I was working the docks.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then we got I guess Owlwoman and Dr. Fate. But female Dr. Fate, sure.
Yeah,
but
it's like a Watchmen Night Owl lady version person. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
But no, just conceptually, I thought this was cool. Mr. Terrific leading, sure, makes sense. Like, I thought the concept of this was fun, and I genuinely wanted more of this. To the point that I actually forgot that it was a tie-in. So I was like, whoops. But yeah, good stuff. Now for the Flash. Again, I did not read the Flash, and
it's important because there's one very important meta commentary line of dialogue in that issue.
Okay, let me say I went through phases of looking at Flash, going, "Oh, I'm gonna read this. Oh no, I'm not. I'm good," because it was like DC KO tie-in. I was like, oh, perhaps I should read this because it's a tie-in. And then I was like, oh no, I don't want to because Cy Spurrier. And then I was like, oh wait, he is not writing, so I'm gonna read this. And then I saw that freaking Christopher Can't Write Well was on this book, and I was like, F it. Nope. Because Wade's name is there, but I feel like he's like, here's the story, Christopher, go write this. And I was like, I'm not even going to. But you mentioned there's a line in this book. Do you remember about?
Keep going. Keep scrolling. Keep going. Oh wait, stop. Go back up. Wait. No, not here. No, keep going.
Was it?
No, it's all with the impulse. No. Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
Way too many flashes there. Way too many.
Oh,
flashes.
Here it is. Yeah. There it is. That top line of dialogue right there.
I'm sorry, but this tournament, it feels insane. Oh. Yeah, no, I think that is probably Mark Waid 100%. Because it does. Okay,
yes.
So the line is, I'm sorry, but this tournament, it feels insane. desperate.
Look, and I said this with Wes in our video. Look, Mark Waid, he is a smart guy. All right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's a very smart guy. That line is not by accident. That is fucking 100% meta commentary on this damn event. I guarantee you that is why that is there.
And here's the thing: is Mark Waid crazy? Absolutely.
Yes.
Is he like not a great human being? Sure, he does some terrible things, but he understands the importance of actual storytelling, and that's why his books are good. He gets storytelling. And everything Scott's doing here just feels desperate. We talked about this last time when we got the announcement of these other universes that are coming in. So you're going to have like Homelander from like the Boys universe, and then Sub-Zero from like the Mortal Kombat universe. You got all this crap coming in, which those are kind of like, all right, cool. But then when you throw in the bear from Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, which I liked that book, but what the fuck is it doing here? And then you have Annabelle from it just feels so desperate and out of place. If you had stuck with things like The Boys and Vampirella and Mortal Kombat only, I would have probably been like, hell yeah, still feels desperate, but we could get some cool stuff. But no. Yeah, I did not read this.
That's all. That's all you needed. That's the big takeaway from this issue.
Yeah,
that's it.
Chris can't write well is not. I don't. Some of the worst Iron Man stuff that I've read. By far the worst take on Angel I've ever read. I do not do it. Sticking with DC before we move on to Marvel. Last month, Drew, we praised a certain Absolute book, and it was Absolute Wonder Woman. Are we going to be sharing that praise here again?
No. Look, this was a boring issue. This was very boring, and unfortunately, a lot of the momentum that was built up with the previous issue and the previous run, it just hits a fucking brick wall in this issue. It just comes to a screeching halt.
It does.
Nothing really progresses. It's just more of a history lesson. I'm like, smoke them if you got them. It's going to be a long night. And it's just, this was not fun to read.
No. It almost felt like, because we're not going to have Hayden Sherman on the art, let's like pause on the story, which I think is always a bad idea, but that's legitimately what this issue felt like. I will say I didn't hate the art here though.
No, the art was fine.
I almost think I would rather this artist over Hayden Sherman on this book, but okay. I don't know. I just don't like what
it's not Sherman. A no. It's not a no. It's like I probably have to see more from the artist, but he does a really good job here. And but the thing is, he doesn't have that dynamic page layout, page design that Hayden Sherman has.
Agreed. I will say, just character-wise, it looks less slice of life and more like what I would want from the book. But nothing's ever going to live up to Matteo. Gosh, I can't think of his name. Scalera, yeah, that did those 2 issues. Or is it Matteo Scalera that did the 2 issues?
I don't think that was Matteo. It was another name. I don't remember. But yeah, that guy was amazing.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I can't think of his name. Those 2 issues were bomb. I think it was the Culling. What was the name of the book? Hold on one second. Kelly Thompson. But yeah, I felt like Kelly Thompson, very much Kelly Thompson in this issue, and just it's Mattia de Iluis, something like that. But Mattia, fantastic artist, should genuinely just be doing this entire book. And God forbid, don't give us issues like this where it's the history lesson talking, really light on action. I don't know. It's the drastic up and down. So for me, Absolute Superman is just rough. Like, I'm just not on board. Absolute Batman, so bonkers, batshit crazy over the top that I can respect it, but it's still not my favorite. But this book is like, I feel like just all over the place.
Yeah, no consistency. Yeah,
none. Even like tonally, I don't feel like it's consistent. pacing, how they're telling the narratives. It's just it's rough. So unfortunately, we loved it last month. This month, and didn't quite reach those standards.
No, no.
Oh no.
Nah.
Oh no! Before we move into X-Men, or I should say Marvel, not just X-Men, but mostly X-Men, I do want to go to the comments real quick. But we do have Rafael Ponce joining the stream. What's up, Rafael? How are you, sir? He says, "Go
Yeah.
Dodgers."
Go Dyers.
Hey man, you want a Dyer dog? Okay.
Yeah, Dyer dog.
Dyer
dog.
dog, man. You get the hot dog and they put the bacon and then mustard, ketchup, and mayo. Hey. I do miss those, man. Dude, I miss being in LA and having those the little Mexican ladies that were on Hollywood Boulevard with their little like cart with the skillet on there making the They were like, yeah, you're gonna like get food poisoning. But I don't care. They taste so freaking good. But yeah, they went 18 innings last night. Is that right?
18 innings. Yeah, it was the second longest
Wow.
World Series game. Yeah.
Are they playing right now?
I don't think so. I think the next game should be like tomorrow.
Okay. So, anyways, yeah, long game, but yeah, sure, go to. I don't even know that. Listen, I sports ball with certain things. Baseball's not one of them. Sorry about it. We do have JK in the house with. I haven't picked up my books yet. Looking forward to this issue. Nice. I don't know what book we were on when you said that, but cool. So, and Rafael Ponce said, "Sup with your brother? Why no more videos with you?"
He's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
So let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, different things. I know we've been slower here just for random reasons. One, me getting the dog. Then I had some work issues. And then Drew had New York Comic Con, which was a highly successful weekend. And then last week I had no voice, so I wasn't going to be talking. And I don't know if you can tell, but my voice is struggling to even get through tonight. But yeah, and then Max too. Max hasn't really been streaming. I think he's done one stream in the past 2 months. So just different schedules, but you know. Yep, damn it, Josh, because my mic gave out for sure. And then Salty Traveling Sea put, I'll finish Adam's Aquaman run and grab the recent Green Lantern as a trade paperback. But otherwise, I'm not supporting DC anymore. Same with Marvel. Too many great indies. Look, I agree with you. Too many great indies. There's a lot of good indie books. And I wish more people would choose to spend less of their money on Marvel and DC and give some of those books a shot. It's this weird thing too. Like I was talking to a comic shop owner about this, that people will come in and be like, God, I'm hating this book, but they keep getting it because it's almost like FOMO. Like,
FOMO, completionists.
Yeah.
Just people who are just, I mean, almost like cigarette buyers. They hate smoking. Yep. They don't like doing it, but they keep fucking doing it.
Smokers are jokers.
Yeah. So people buying this all the shit from Marvel and DC, buying all the X-Men shit. It's like Chris Rock's joke about the Spice Girls. You got 100 million people buying their albums. No one's fucking talking about it. And
yeah,
it's just the same things here. I mean, people are buying their shit. No one's talking about it.
Yeah. We do have JK coming in with, I really don't like that Flash costume. That Flash costume is ugly. It is so bad. I hate the black in it.
Yeah, that is a complete bad idea. I was hoping with Mark Waid coming back on board, he'd be like, all right, we're ditching this stupid Cy Spurrier shit and going back to the OG red and yellow.
Yeah. And then JK also added, I'm leaning that way too, Salty, meaning stepping away from DC and Marvel. And then JK put, though I'm still supporting Philip Kennedy Johnson's Batman and Robin. I will say DC has more books that are better. Marvel is just a hot steaming pile of poop right now. But yeah, JK's next point is completely valid. DC makes it hard to support them. Did you happen to see the follow-up messages that Gretchen Felker Martin posted?
I've heard about this, but I have not seen them.
It just kind of continues to prove the point of like DC knew who they were hiring the moment they hired this person. But yeah, it's more about like what the plans were. Some of the plans were for Red Hood, and how the final issue was going to be Jason assassinating the president.
Oh, that's right. Okay,
Yeah.
I did hear about that. I'm like, I remember thinking, no, this has got to be a joke. There's no
Yeah.
way.
Apparently not. So the
That is
whole
insane.
issue was going to be essentially a silent issue with Jason assembling a rifle. The only dialogue there was going to be dialogue from a quote far right extremist political speech that's going on in the background. And then Jason was going to assassinate the president. And then it was going to be 3 pages of Jason running from the police to then get caught at the very end and kill himself. Like, come on. So, and then there was more stuff about like being able to tell rich people in power to F off. This was Felker Martin being like, oh, telling them I'm not going to apologize. I was really shoving it to him. And I was like, yeah, whatever, fuck off. So, Kaiser put, I did add Infernal Hulk to my pools. I have not been reading that. I know.
Well, that's gonna be the new run. So it's been Incredible Hulk, but the Infernal Hulk's gonna be the next run where the Hulk's been compromised, taken over. So
is it still gonna be Philip Kennedy Johnson or?
Yeah, still PKJ and Nick Klein.
Nice.
Whenever he decides to do an issue.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. It's a gambit at this point. And then Salty also put the Gretchen guy was only very public symptom of systemic cancer in DC. Yeah, I mean, man, I've got stories. I've got DC stories going back 2013, 2014 is when I really started kind of getting involved with creators there and editors there, and just some of the crazy shit. But the how drastically it changed. Even within like 2 to 3 years there was wild. And then the moment Dan was kicked out, that's when shit really hit the fan.
Yeah, it really my gathering is that's like when it felt like the inmates started running the asylum. Like there was no one
100%.
No one wrangling the cats.
And look, I will eat crow. I was one of the people that was like, please God, just get rid of Dan DiDio. Like he's not built for this. He only has the same idea. He keeps trying to do the same freaking thing over again. But you know what? Dan would actually say no. And that became very clear once he was gone. And Dan let the creatives, shocking, go, let this blow your mind. Dan would let the creatives pitch ideas, not just the editors who wanted to, do their own story. So definitely miss Dan DiDio at DC. And if you had asked me if I would feel that way in 2015, 2016, I probably would have said no. But God, I definitely do. Now, there are some people that are in editor roles that are trying their damnedest to deliver good work. And I hope those people continue to move up so they can make more higher level decisions. But yeah, we shall see. Yeah, seemed like DiDio had administrative skills. I mean, to a degree, yeah.
Yeah, to a degree, but at the same time, the stories I've heard, he was still a bit of a hothead.
Oh, 100%. Like he even admits to that. Like,
yeah, one of the best ones. I think I told you, Josh. You've probably heard it. Is when Rob Liefeld was doing Deathstroke and Lobo, and there was an issue where he was going to be reintroducing, I believe, Cheshire into an issue of. I'm not sure it was either the Grifter or Deathstroke or Lobo, whichever one it was. Anyway, the point is when DiDio got the print proof, he's reading through it. I guess apparently he fucking flipped out, flung the print proof at the wall, said, "Told you not to fucking use Cheshire," and just lost their. And they're having to talk to Rob like, "Hey, Rob, we don't know what happened. He lost his temper." And Rob's like, "But you said I could use Cheshire." We're like, "Yeah, we're sorry, we don't know what happened. He just said we can't use Cheshire now." So like he had like an
Jade.
hour. Yeah, Jade. Yeah, he had an hour to go back and change the name to Jade.
Wild. Yeah. He was definitely a hothead. I've heard from writers that he was a hothead. you're gonna always have a give and take, and I just miss someone saying no.
The important thing is that he had control, and I mean this is it's an analogy. It's a screwy analogy, but follow me. The way I compare it to is like when Saddam Hussein was president of Iraq and Baghdad.
Yeah.
Granted, a bad person, but he held control.
Yep.
Everyone was under his control.
Yep.
And as soon as he got taken out, boom, destabilization. It was the fucking Wild West. People went hog wild. It was still insane. And that's same thing with DC. Without the deal there in place, it became the Wild West. People started doing whatever the fuck they wanted to do.
Yeah. Salty did add DC has about 8 to 10 years to make movies to monetize their core characters, Supes, Bats, and Wonder Woman before copyright drops. James Gunn sure as F ain't the man for that. Yes and no. These copyright rules are always really weird. So yes you can do like a Batman type story, but you can't.
It has to be the 1939 Detective Comics 27 version of Batman. How he appeared in that one issue, Bat hyphenate man or whatever, and purple gloves, whatever, and just whatever elements you may think of Batman that appeared afterwards, and not use those.
Right. It's always interesting how these copyrights work, because even things like the Universal Monsters and stuff, like there's certain things you can do and certain things you still can't do, and it's just really weird. And some of it's
and some are public domain.
Yeah. So
like Frankenstein.
Yeah, and then it's also because I get it, Josh, but then those characters will be diluted by the out of copyright. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Studios especially have ways of shutting things down, especially when it comes to film and television. So if whoever has the rights to DC whenever this stuff starts happening, because it looks like it's not going to be Warner Brothers for much longer.
And James Gunn will probably be out of the picture. Who knows?
Oh yeah. But they could easily just buy these projects that people are doing. They could literally come and buy them and just shelve them so they don't get made, to keep interest or keep from having oversaturation.
Case in point, Disney and Marvel, when they bought CrossGen, or when they bought Malibu. Hark! How many times have we had Malibu issues recently with Prime or Sludge? Oh yeah. Never. All those characters are completely shelved. We will never ever fucking see them again. And one of the big reasons is the original contracts in place. They probably had to do with paying residuals to the creators. And the characters are coming out. So I guarantee you, they don't want to pay the creators.
Yeah. Salty said, "I'm hearing a lot of rumbles of Snyder returning." Look, I
would go for it. I'm there.
Oh no, I'm there. Nope, I'm good.
Yeah.
I think
we get an animated. We get an animated, but the thing is, at least with him, he's taking a fun chance with it. It may be a train wreck, but it's gonna be a fun train wreck at the same time.
I mean, I don't know if fun's the right word to use, but he takes risks.
He takes risks, and I appreciate that, and I love that, and that's why I love it. I mean, say what you will about BVS. I think it's the best version of Batman we've seen on screen. But with Justice League, his version of Justice League, I thoroughly enjoyed it. I had an absolute blast. And if we got to see an animated part 2 of that, sure, sign me up. Him directing a version of Deathstroke versus Batman, fuck yes, I'm there.
I will say, I think his cinematography is great. I think some of his directing is good. But for me, his grasp on these characters is so off base that I just don't. I can't. And that's not to say that Guns is perfect or good, but let's remember that we had miserable Superman, and if there's a character that shouldn't be miserable, it's Superman. Now, he gave us beautiful, like Man of Steel, I thought was a solid film. And if you were going to start and this is about as dark as we're going to get Superman until something drastic happens way later, 100% would have been on board.
Mhm.
But it only got worse after Man of Steel with his depiction of Clark and Superman. So I don't. He's not the guy. JK, you're with me. But hey, I will say at least he tried to respect the characters, and there was honest moments that were heartfelt. I will give him credit for that. But and they look like heroes. That too. So, I mean, sure, optimistic, sure, but not good. Not good.
Yeah, but just couldn't take it seriously at the same time.
Correct. Yeah. And look, there were things about this from a comic fan that I enjoyed about gun stuff because it had that kind of throwback 60s Superman type vibe going on. I had fun with that, but that's not necessarily what you need to do for a mainstream film.
No.
All right, let's go ahead and get back into last week's comics and talk about some Marvel books. And I'm clicking the wrong button. Whoops.
I was gonna say you got me for about probably 30 more minutes. See if we can do this in a.
Yeah, look, it's practically X-Men, so
Okay,
it's gonna be quick and easy. So we're gonna start off with the X books. We've got X-Men. So this is part of Age of Revelation, and this is X-Men Book of Revelation, and fine. Like we get it, we get a look into his inside group and what's going on there. I guess you could say this plays into the overarching story, but overall, yeah.
But the bigger issue here, Joshy Poo, is that in this future world we're told about, is that across the titles, we're seeing this world in various ways.
Yes.
Like, one issue is saying this is a post-apocalyptic hellscape. Another one's still showing it's bright and cheery and happy. It's fine. Another one's showing it's slightly depressing. Another one's showing it looks like the fucking video game TV show, The Last of Us.
Oh,
it's like,
yep.
What is this world? Is there a consistent tone, or idea, theory behind this world? We're not getting it.
No,
because we have people who live in this world like, oh, it's just another day. Things are fine. We got power. We have electricity. We're smiling, cheering, and happy. I'm like, wait, is this supposed to be like Age of Apocalypse or something? What the fuck's going on here?
No one knows.
Yeah, and that's the problem here. There is no consistency here. There's not just that. I'm not feeling a real threat. There's like no threat here. There's no combat here. I mean, there's like 1-2 pages of drama in this book, but there's really no combat here, and there's really there are no clear sides in this.
No.
And not like with Age of Apocalypse, where you got the bad side and you got a good side. That's not here. We don't know really who's who. And that makes it for a not very fun or cohesive reading experience.
I agree. And I will say, if you had a better writer and they were approaching this with a little more nuance and care, you could take yeah. Oh, God. I'm turning into Rockin' Robbie. Fuck my life. What I was gonna say is, if you had a better writer, you could have these factions where it's not completely clear who's good or who's bad. If you write it in a way that they have their stance for a reason and express why they feel that way, and if you can find like, okay, I understand that point of view, but I also understand this point of view, you could have an interesting story without having them clear, like, here's the good guy, here's the bad guy. But we're not getting that here. And you're spot on. Every one of these books and tie-ins feels so different from the other that it doesn't feel like it's actually part of the same event. It's kind of reminding me of when they did the whole Nightmares event at DC, where it's like nobody. It's like where nobody got the message of what's actually going on. That's kind of what these books feel like. We had that first main story issue that I thought was fine. It was a solid start. This is probably the only thing since that's actually felt like it's in the same story. I would say. But even then, you're right. It's a lot of talking. There's not a lot going on. It doesn't really do much, if anything, to move the needle. We're getting to see his inner circle, but do we really care?
Not just that. Like, anymore, look, my time is precious, all right?
Yeah.
And I want to have fun reading a comic book.
There is nothing fun about this event. Nothing fun about this issue. You want to know what would have been fun here? If that character fucking died. If we had a body count in this damn series, no one dies in this damn series.
Nope.
It's like what you. Let's have some cost. Let's have some ramifications. Let's have some shocks. None of that here. None.
Nope. Well, hell, even if you were gonna keep this like up and back, this plot twist in the issue here, like let this be your last page.
Bullseye.
Yeah.
At least give me the idea. I'm like, holy shit, you're killing someone? Oh my god, now I'm interested.
And then you come back a month later and like, just kidding.
Yeah, it's like, fool you, got you good, you fuckers.
Yeah.
Good one, Farva. But it just this is the fucking future. You can kill people. You realize this is a alternate future. There can be a body count. You don't have to save every fucking character here.
Yeah.
God.
Agreed.
Pissed me off.
Agreed. We're gonna move on to the next Age of Revelation, and I would say this is the best looking out of the books that are in the X-Men this week, but it's Omega Kids. And I've said it before, I'm so sick of Quentin Quire. This book looks better than the other X books. However, it's kind of like Gail Simone's X-Men run, because we get Quentin and he's like the leader of all these different psychic kids, and that's essentially what your story is.
Yeah,
and I don't give a shit.
Yeah, same. It's just like I don't care. Yeah. And it's just look, I know Quentin Quire, whatever the fuck his name is. I know he's got a fan base. I know he's got an audience. What do you freaking do? I call him Kid MacGuffin. That's all he is.
Yeah,
he is the Wonder Man of the fucking X-Men books, and it just I see it. He's an obnoxious Deus Machina. It's just no, get this shithead out of here. And his little scanner group here is just God. I have no interest in these characters. They're generic as shit.
It's generic as shit. And then it's kind of like they're trying way too hard to be to give us diversity, because you essentially have this like nonverbal autistic kid, which I was like, I literally read this page and I got to the Curtis doesn't use words, Professor Quire, and I was like, fuck my life. Why? And then you have the blind chick that's blatantly like, oh, I can't see anything, or I didn't see anything. I was like, shoot me. But they try to be cutesy. So like even the blue chick with the blue hair and the horns, they're like Nil Widows, 15 years old, psychic empath, gamma level mutant, sharp horns. I'm like,
fuck off with that dialogue. Yeah. I'm trying not to be a dick with the writer of this, because he does some great stuff. I've recommended his books, and this is not his best work. This is not good.
Yeah, this is Tony, right?
Yeah, it's Tony Fleeks, and like we love Farrell.
Yeah,
and this is not Farrell quality here. And
no,
look, so little segue here, but speaking of psychics, I just finished rewatching the movie Scanners, David Cronenberg classic, outstanding movie. If you've never seen it, check it out. I think it was like one of his first films. It is about psychics, and it is terrific. It is drama-filled, it's action-packed, interesting, crazy characters. There's actual body counts in that, shocking. And comparing that movie about psychics to this book about quote-unquote psychics, this one is clearly different from the other one, because this book sucks ass. These characters suck. They're generic as hell. They're not exciting. They're boring. They don't do anything cool or crazy with their powers. It's just this shit.
Yeah.
Making fucking sandwiches?
Are you fucking kidding me? Hey, he is filling up the water reservoir for that coffee pot as well. That's important to depict in comics.
This is their Marvel's big X-Men event or post-apocalyptic event, and we're making fucking sandwiches. Fuck right off. And no,
yeah,
hell no, yeah. No, hell no.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on scanners. Even conceptually, the fact that these are all supposed to be telepathic mutants that are creating like a psychic defense for Revelation, conceptually is a good idea. But then you get the shit that we got, and I'm like, why?
It's boring.
So yeah,
If we get it, how fun and crazy would it have been if we saw like a segment of these psychics blowing up heads, killing people or whatever. Like, holy shit, this is awesome. I'd be recommending this because I wouldn't have seen it coming, but I had a blast reading it. But they don't do anything cool, nothing.
yeah, no. You have this little twist at the end that maybe could be interesting, but I'm not sure I'm gonna be sticking around.
It's not worth it. It's not worth the price of admission for the next issue.
Nope. On to the next Age of Revelation, which isn't even an X-Men book, but it is Radioactive Spider-Man, which
Oh God.
I was about to do the same thing. I'm gonna start off by saying the art in this is terrible.
Yes.
And Joe Kelly, I don't know. It just looks super juvenile. This is also where it doesn't feel like it's the same universe. Like you've got this high tech PDC police squad type thing, and you've got Peter. Now, I will say, because the concept of this story, or not this story in particular, but just Age of Revelation, is like he released this like I don't want to say nuclear, but radioactive pulse bomb, whatever, that's going to turn anyone that's not mutant into a mutant, or they're going to die. So Peter Parker isn't a mutant, but his DNA is mutated by radiation. So he's being affected differently. So you can see you've got this kind of crazy, like he's got arms.
Yeah, he looks like he belongs on the Mars with Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Yeah, should be hanging out with Quado.
2 weeks. 2 weeks. Yeah, no, you're right,
man. Yeah. I'm on your side. He's got arms like Benny from Total Recall. Got the mutated arms and things. Yeah, I'm on your side, man.
So I will say, even if you think that conceptually is kind of interesting, you find out real quick you're gonna get derailed because you got some chick coming in taking over the story. So this doctor, whatever she is
Dr. Diversity Hire.
Yeah, is in a relationship with Peter, but also kind of doing super heroics with him as you find out towards the end.
The trains are still running. So this is the fucking post-apocalypse. It's bright, sun is out, trains are still running, people are out walking around like everything is fine. What the hell message are we sending here about this event? Nothing. Look, my understanding was, like most events, we need to feel a sense of dire. Like things are dire. There's a sense of urgency. Things are crazy. I'm not feeling that.
Nope.
Things are fine.
Yeah. Again, I think this art is not good.
No, it's juvenile. It's not ready for prime time.
No, not at all. But yeah, you've got all this going on. Like they're doing different types of things to kind of, I guess, keep Peter alive, keep him from fully dying or transforming or whatever it might be.
Sure.
It could be helping him in some ways, but it's also hurting him in some ways. But I just did not care about this at all. And they tried to do a big reveal at the end, which for me just fell super flat.
This is what happens when you inject people with ecto-cooler. Do not do it.
Don't do it.
Do not inject people with ecto-cooler high C. This is what happens.
Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters. I miss those ecto-cooler high Cs. Those were the bomb, man. Couldn't tell you what they tasted like. I just remember them. I thought this was crap. I hated it. I didn't like it. But there was another one that I probably disliked even more, and that is The Last Wolverine.
This was
Leonard.
God, you read a comic and you just want to punch the writer in the face.
Yep.
Really fucking hard for just being an incredibly lame asshole. And this is that comic.
Yeah.
And you have the lamest character
Marvel has created in the last 3 years has
Yep.
taken over as Wolverine. He's saving people, cracking jokes, talking like a 10-year-old grown up, and not this artist sucks. Like, I understand like there's a lot of detail in this, but this is very flat and boring art.
Yep. Bro, we're even getting the when to go, no when to stay panel here. Like,
oh, damn it.
But that's the type of dialogue you get in this issue as well. I'm just it's Saladin Ahmed doing this, and dear God, like, you know what? If this does anything for Marvel, it's gonna make people be a little less aggressive with how much they hate Laura being Wolverine.
This is an example you hold up, and it's like, this is why I'm not reading Marvel.
Yeah,
you can't take this character seriously. I won't take this book seriously. I will not give you my money. And that mask is fucking retarded. There's no other name for it. It's retarded.
Yep.
Why you couldn't just burn off his goddamn face?
Yep.
And just have his adamantium skull. You have a steel mask on top of a face that covers an adamantium skull. What?
Yep.
It's like Michael Myers wearing 2 masks over his mask. It's like, no, what the fuck are you doing here? This is stupid.
It's Michael Myers with a mask over a mask. Dun dun dun. Yeah, no, not liking it. I hate the metal thing too. You could have easily come up with a reason why his face didn't heal to cover the adamantium skull.
100%. The radiation in the world's affected his skin reproducing. Boom, there we go. There you go. I just wrote you out of that corner.
Yeah.
But everything about this, just him being cheery, saving the day, helping the Canadian police and fire department, saving lives. Like, what are you intentionally trying to say things are better in Canada than the U.S.? Is that what you're trying to get across here?
It seems that way. Appreciate you for putting a positive spin on it, and I appreciate the offer, but I'll have to take a rain check. Okay, yeah, this is bullcrap. And oh my God, what did they do to Nightcrawler?
Look how small his arms are compared to his head. Look how big his head is.
His head is fucking massive, and his legs are very thin. Yeah, as we said, there's no consistency here, and it's awful. One final book. Thankfully, it's not part of Age of Revelation, but I'm not gonna say it's great. We started great, and then the past 2 issues, it's, I guess, issue after issue, it's just becoming more and more generic. But I'm talking about Predator Kills the Marvel Universe. First issue was a banger, a lot of fun.
Came out swinging. Yeah, came out like Rocky. Came out swinging at Apollo Creed, and I'm like, I am all in on this baby. And issue 2 was okay, all right, it's okay. Job feel, it's okay, but things just really just kind of hit a brick wall in this issue.
I agree. I should be having more fun with the Hulk fighting a bunch of Predators.
Yeah.
And it should feel, I would want it to,
not just that, the art should be more art should be more graphic, should be more dynamic.
Yep.
But we don't get any of that.
Nope. And I also feel like there should be more stakes. Like, it should feel like there's more intensity than there is.
No, because they're still catching us up with what's going on with Craven.
Yeah. And a lot of this probably would come from a better artist, but clearly Marvel's not going to put money there. So, but yeah, even when you move towards the end, we get to see or catch back up with other characters that maybe we thought were all dead, but maybe not all of them are dead. Yeah, I'm just
this is an alternate timeline once again. Just fucking kill the people. I don't know what's so hard about that. Do you think Garth Ennis felt bad about doing it? Fuck no. That's why it's great.
You do have a dead Professor X getting thrown out on a wheelchair.
That was hilarious. I did enjoy that. That was one kill I did enjoy.
But yeah. So now you get this fight with Wolverine. Oh, look, his face got melted off, and you see an adamantium skull. Go figure.
Oh my God.
This encounter I thought was somewhat entertaining, and I think had we had more time with this instead of doing Craven's backstory and how he got with the Predators, I probably would have enjoyed this more, but it is what it is. And then we find out
no one taking chances. Just people just phoning it in. That's the problem I have here.
Yep. And then we end up finding out that, oh my God, Sue Storm is still alive. She's not actually dead.
Oh my God, Queen Slay.
Oh my God. So, dun dun dun. Did this make you excited for the next issue?
No, it made me groan as much, but much like the Lois Lane getting superpowers again at the end of Superman. It's like, oh God, not again. Here we go.
Yep. It was la rough.
The Spaniards call El Terrible.
El Terrible. Yeah, I don't I keep hoping someday Marvel's gonna kind of get it back together again, but I also think back to like the 90s when you had those like Alien and like Punisher crossovers that were like fun.
Yes. I've got several of them back here on my bookshelf. Yeah, they're great.
Those were fantastic. If we could get that quality again, I would be super stoked.
And not just that, you had great names involved in those books. You had the Kuberts, you had Dave Gibbons, you had Paul Gulacy, Chuck Dixon, Kevin Nolan, Dan Jurgens, superstars working on these books. Here, I couldn't even tell you who the fucking artist is. I have no clue who that was.
Yeah. Well, and it was a time where, I don't know, we kind of moved into this era where writers think that because they have the story, it's a good story. But you can have a good story and execute it terribly.
Yeah, 100%.
There's so much nuance that needs to come into play with how you pace your story, your characters, how they speak, and then going into the art. You know, I can't speak to art like I probably should be able to, but we try to. We talk about dynamic paneling. You got to have interesting panels. And one, it helps if you have an interesting story to tell. When you got a bunch of people sitting around a table making sandwiches, not interesting. But even within that, if you do have conversations, if you have someone frame it in a certain way that you get dynamic or power or whatever, you can still have storytelling in that and just how the image is presented. And we're not getting a lot of that with a lot of these new artists. So
no.
But we'll see. We always hope for the best. It doesn't always turn out that way. Well, I mean, we said it earlier. There's a lot of good books out there. It just a lot of them aren't with DC or especially Marvel. And Marvel right now is really the sore spot. But let's go ahead and start wrapping up. We're gonna look at these last few comments. We do have Leslie Lee in the house. Who we saw.
Lovely lyrics. Yes.
Yeah. No punching on the writer's face. No punching, please. Come on, Drewski. No punching.
I feel like it's okay since I'm a writer, I can do that to another writer. I can absolutely pull a Ernest Hemingway. Just call him to the mat.
Yeah. We'll try to avoid punching though. We will do our best. We also have Nadia in the house with Joshi. Hello, Nadia. And then she goes,
hello.
Drew, feet.
Hello.
Drew never disappoints.
Nope.
And then Cajun's saying hello to Nadia, and then we got some laugh from Lyrics coming on over here. But
I went on a little rant, little pissed off rant, and it's just I get worked up when you have great characters, you have the potential for a great event, and you just flush it down the fucking toilet.
Yeah.
Or you don't even flush it down the toilet. You clog the toilet, and it's overflowing. Yep. This is that case.
I think it's funny because I think a lot of times when people hear, if they watch us or they watch Wes or whatever, it's very easy for them to go like, oh, like, why do you guys hate comics? Or why do you talk about comics if you hate them so much? We don't hate comics. We love comics. That's why we talk about them.
Yeah, and we know how great they can be. We know the potential of these comics. And we're disappointed. This is disappointment.
Bingo. And I was going to say, we also have this situation where there are a lot of people working in comics that don't care about comics. They don't care about the history or respect these characters. And look, things are always going to change. They're forever changing. But when you have creators outright saying like, I didn't even bother to read the history of these characters, or I don't really care what came before, that's kind of a slap in the face to people who have come into this field, this sphere of entertainment, and spent years, if not decades, collecting, keeping this industry alive. So when you say that the past doesn't matter, or you don't care about the history, or you don't actually care about the character, you just want to do your own thing, you're kind of spitting in the face of not only the brand, but the people who have respected and loved this form of storytelling for as long as they have. So, yeah, I know the popular thing is to say like, oh, look at these angry middle-aged men. You know, comics is one of the greatest storytelling avenues that's out there. You don't have a budget in terms of what you can or cannot do within
Your
the book.
budget is your imagination. That is the limit of your budget.
You know, so the fact that you can do essentially whatever you want to do, and people choose to have characters making sandwiches, and that's what we get for 6 pages is I'm going to fill the coffee pot, I'm going to make sandwiches, I'm going to cut sandwiches, I'm going to set the plates, I'm going to carry the plates into the dining room, we're all going to sit down, we're going to eat. It's a waste of 20 pages.
If that's what you're telling me, that this is how you feel about the event, this is what the characters are doing that during this dire, insane, crazy event, then all right, then I'm not going to give a shit. Then
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go back to making sandwiches.
Yeah, sandwich sounds nice right now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah. So, we'll see. We're going to be doing this again on Thursday with this week's books. We're definitely going to have a lot to say about Absolute Batman. And maybe some nuanced takes on it, but we'll see. But yeah. Until then, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping things up. So, Drewski, is there anything you want to end with?
Just give Indies a shot, guys. That's all I'm going to say. Give Indies a shot. And if you can, go support Sophie's Timeless Treasures. They've got at least 2 now different Unholy Nightmare exclusives. Soon to be 2 more along the way. One's a very exciting one. They're going to be in stores as well. So be sure to check them out. Sophie's Timeless Treasures. That's all I got. Yeah.
And then Drewski, if people want to find you, where can they find you?
You can find me at Facebook, Dolan Waddick. You can find me on Instagram, Dolan_Waddick. And the next convention you can find me at will be MegaCon next year.
Nice. Do you have any plans for any more campaigns for the remainder of this year, or is that going to be next year?
I talked to Marat. There may be one later this year. Maybe one, if not later this year, be next year. But cool. There's a big one. It's the big crossover of all the ladies.
Oh, okay, for sure.
Which was I wrote that almost 3 years ago at this point.
It's been a hot minute, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, we will keep everyone in the loop on that as details come forward, so stay tuned. As for me, if you want to follow me, you can follow me at @bypopped on Twitter or X, and that will be mostly nerd stuff. Or you can do @JoshuaL.McDonald on X, and that is more just personalized stuff. You'll see dog pictures. You'll see me rant about random things, talk about TV shows. Who knows? And then we are here Tuesdays and Thursdays. When life permits, I'm hoping things slow down. The pup is getting older. I got onto him earlier, and then he went and he pouted for the rest of the stream, so he's on the bed pouting. But we will be here to give our nerd talk as always, and have a good time with it. So as always, thank you.
Oh, Josh Tarek. That's hilarious. The very end of the show. Let's just end it. Okay. Good night, guys. Have a good one. See you on Thursday.
Good night. I got to pull I didn't have the video ready, so I was trying to stop for that. But good night, everyone. Have a good night.